Hello there, everyone. The Andrade here, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series, where today we are working on very simple, but it is automated EMC production, where we can just have EMC passively being produced for us, kind of, sort of, to a degree. But yeah, let's get into it. Why did the cookie cry? Because his mother was a wafer so long. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful episode here in Project Architect 2, where last episode we had left off and we had found ourselves a nice, wonderful, beautiful home. I need to do some tree remodeling and take that down. But yes, look at our lovely, wonderful, beautiful home that we have here that I keep getting turned around in. We'll talk about that sugarcane here in a moment. Yeah, I keep getting myself turned around and lost because I need to get used to it and everything. But we have a great home. In between episodes, I went around and captured all of the villagers that were in here, and they now live in this little chest here. I also went around and got all of their workstations. Oh, I missed a guy. Or he showed up. I keep having my doors randomly open. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's these guys randomly just walking in. If I put him down, does he lose his job? No, he still has the fisherman. Anyway, they just keep randomly walking in from the village, and I keep going by and my doors are open. So eventually I'll capture all of them. But in the interim, yeah, they're doing their thing. So we have those guys. We're doing that. Over here in this room, I decided I'm going to set up my storage wall system and everything that I generally do in early game Minecraft. So we have building materials. Now, granted, most of our building materials will end up inside of our transmutation table. But things that don't have EMC can come into here. Wood materials, smelted stuffs, gems, dusts, ingots, all that good stuff. Or gems, dusts, and those kind of things. Mob drops. Plants, food, miscellaneous, and miscellaneous. And we can eventually go ahead and upgrade those. I also want a trash can over here because sometimes we have things that we don't need. And then we have a furnace sitting here. Tiny coal is in the pack. Tiny coal is amazing. It is used by just taking one coal, setting it up, or crafting it into 8. And it just makes your crafting not necessarily more efficient, but easier because you don't have to deal with always having to put 8 of any item inside of anywhere. I was thinking I was going to turn this room into my enchanting room or like my magical room. Like I can have the enchanting anvil and stuff like that. Since I have bookshelves already over here, I think it would work. However, I currently, these are all the books I found throughout this place too. I haven't even looked at these actually. Efficiency 3 is pretty decent. Quick charge, efficiency 3 again, and wall jump. I don't know what jump from wall to wall. I'm interested to see what that one is. Is that kind of like a Mario like wall jump where I can like jump, and then use that to like climb? Multi-bow fires extra arrows, increases damage dealt, power, sharpness, impaling, traveler. Prevents exploration hazards. That's pretty decent, actually. But anyway, these are all the books that I found while clearing out all the chests inside of our house. But anyway, I was thinking of having that be our enchanting room, but then when I came upstairs and I saw all of these bookshelves, I think it might be better to off up here because we have a ton of bookshelves. Like I already have 15 floating around here. I could literally just throw an enchanting table down and be max level, other than apotheosis and stuff like that. So we'll see. Generally, for the most part, I'm going to keep all the aesthetics that are here. I'm going to try and match it as best as I can when I build things. But I love this structure. It is nice and large. It is easy to work with. As far as I know, all of this is at least 2 to 3 deep, which is great because that means that when I go to run cables, I can run cables underneath this. The designer of these structures did a very great job in keeping in mind that this is modded Minecraft and people are going to probably use these buildings to go ahead and build inside of. And we need to run cables. We need to do all that stuff. So all of these floors are at least 2 deep. So we can run cables underneath here, running wherever we need to. And I don't have to worry about, ugly cable wiring and everything like that. So I absolutely love this base. This is awesome. I've never taken over a village or a village base before, and I think this is going to work great for us because I don't have to worry about aesthetics. I don't have to worry about all of that stuff. But anyway, so we're currently operating out of this room. Our Great Hall here is just, it's just here for our entrance. A couple of things that I would like to work on in today's episode. First things first, I want to go ahead and get some Feral Flare Lanterns set up and also get our furnace upgraded to an iron tier. Feral Flare Lanterns, if you don't know, are they're a fantastic mod. The biggest thing that I need is gold. By the way, if you hear my Alexa going off, I live in Florida, if you didn't know, and I have a tropical storm / hurricane heading our way. So every time that the Hurricane Center updates, she's updating me every 10 minutes saying that the hurricane watch or whatever has been extended. Anyway, Feral Flare Lanterns, fantastic because they allow me to place invisible lights. I love all this lighting that's in here, but if we F7 it, we have a lot of spaces that mobs can spawn, and I'm not a big fan of that. So if I place some Feral Flare Lanterns all throughout our base, we'll be fine. And then we can just keep the sconces that are in here. By the way, I made more. We can keep those and it keeps the aesthetic, but it also lights everything up appropriately. In order to do so, though, I need gold. We saw it when I went out. I think it's this door. Geez, scared me. No, the other door. On the other door, there's a cave. So I just went down into that cave and did a little bit of just some basic, simple mining. Nothing too terrible, but I ended up getting the raw ingots that I need, the raw ore. Is gold, osmium, and tin. Those are the things that we needed for this episode. So we have those few things that we're going to need. So yeah, Feral Flare Lanterns. All we need to do is get some gold, and we can go ahead and smelt that up. Wow, that took a lot of EMC, didn't it? That took like half of what I have. Let's go ahead and only do 16 of these. We'll go ahead and smelt up some gold so I can get those Feral Flare Lanterns going. I'd also like to upgrade my furnace over here to iron. So actually, before I do this, I believe I have enough iron ingots. I just need 8 to be able to do this. Yes, and I have 14. So we can go ahead and upgrade this to an iron furnace. That'll increase our cook time. So it makes it just a little bit faster. Plus, it allows for automation. So we can go ahead and now we have options to automate our input and output of everything from this without having to use hoppers. And it smelts up. I believe this is the same speed as a blast furnace. So that's pretty decent. So we'll let that do its thing. Wrong drawer, or wrong barrel. Let that do its thing. And while it's doing that, we need to talk about a few things. So as you saw, when I pulled out the stack of gold, I ran out of EMC. I don't have enough EMC for a lot of different things. So we need to start working on automating our EMC production. How can we get more and more EMC to be able to shove into our system? And we have a couple different options here. I think right now the easiest way for me to get EMC without having to do anything too super duper crazy is going to be SNAD. SNAD and I was just taking a look. What does this cost? Eye of Ender. We'd have to go to the Nether and get a blaze rod. Anyway, I digress. But I think the easiest way for me is to use SNAD and sugarcane and use a block breaker with a vacuumulator, shove it into a condenser, and use the condenser to make ender pearls or something like that, and then throw those into our system for our transmutation table. So let's see what that is going to look like. So I'd like to gather all of the things that we need for this, and then I'll show you the setup. I did a little bit of testing, and I'll show you how that's going to work. So we're going to want a block breaker from Cyclic. Block breaker from Cyclic is not terribly too expensive. Requires, I don't think I got copper. Oh, I do have copper. Okay. So it requires some copper. So we'll go ahead and grab a quarter of a stack of copper and let that go ahead and smelt up while we're waiting. I'd love to get this furnace upgraded to the next tier too. Let's go ahead and get a barrel or two. We can go ahead and set up the automation for this. So we can have this here. We can reset this. We're going to say auto input, auto output. Output's going to go to the right, input from the left. So anything that gets put into here will get sucked into here, and anything that's done will get pushed out into this barrel. So now I don't have to worry about it. And then we could put one on top, fill it up with coal, so that way we have all that going on. Let me just grab a stack of you, grab some barrel, a barrel, please. And we'll go ahead and tiny coal this. And then shove all this into there. Now we have plenty of it, and we can say the top is going to be fuel input. So it'll automatically pull that. Once this operation finishes, it should pull the tiny coal into here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So now we'll always keep our furnace running. Anyway, so we got the copper going for us, and I need to get a block breaker from Cyclic. So in order to do so, we're going to need some iron, it looks like. So I have my iron. We're going to need some sticks. We're going to need some planks. I know I have planks on over here. We're going to need a dispenser, which means we're going to need some string, some stone, and some redstone. So let's just grab a stack of redstone. Let's grab some cobblestone. I know we're going to need mossy cobblestone too, so we'll go ahead and grab that. What else? What else? We need... yeah, that should theoretically be everything. And then once I have the copper, we should be able to go ahead and make all the tools. Okay, so let's take a look. Block breaker. Block breaker is going to require cobblestone slabs. So we have some mossy cobblestone. Luckily, I found that while exploring, so we can go ahead and dump that in. So mossy cobblestone. We're also going to need to get ourselves a dispenser. In order to do so, we're going to need some string. Luckily, again, EMC is, this is fantastic, having all this available to me. Just makes things so much faster in this beginning game. So we got a dropper. Might as well go ahead and teach the system how to make that and then pull it back out. Thank you. That way I don't ever have to do it again. And then we can go ahead and grab our dispenser, which is going to be this recipe here. And again, we can go ahead and drop it off and grab a dispenser. So now we have our dispenser. We can go ahead and grab our tools. So we're going to need a copper pickaxe. We're going to need a copper shovel. We're also going to need a copper nugget. And then we need tripwires. Now, these are not EMCable, so nothing we can do there, but we can go ahead and craft these if I grab the iron that we have inside of here. And with that, we will now have our tripwire hooks, which means we can go ahead and craft our block breaker. Now, the only thing with this block breaker I'm not 100% sure on, does it require power? It does not seem to be the case. It can take a redstone signal, though. So we'll go ahead and, I don't know, does it need a pulse or does it just automatically work? We will find out. And our copper and gold are both finished, so we can go ahead and pull those out of our inventory. Slabs, can't do anything with those, so those go back in building materials. Smelted stuff goes in here. All of you can go back into there. Oak planks can go into here, and bam, bam. Okay, cool. So we got all that stuff. So let's go ahead and head outside and see what we got. So the setup that I have going on here is nap time. That's what the setup is. So what we have outside, I think this is just going to be a decent start, is snad. Snad is a combination of sand. It's sand spelt wrong. And it is 2 sand. Combine it and you get snad, and it is EMCable as well. Snad is fantastic. Snad used to be, well, when it was created, it was designed to allow you to, if I remember correctly, plant the sugarcane without having to have water nearby or something like that. There was a reason Snad was created. But for our purposes, when it was created, it was bugged. If you gave it a redstone pulse, every time you gave it a pulse, it triggered a growth of whatever block it was that you had on there, sugarcane or cactus. And it was not an intention that it was supposed to do that, but it was great and it was heavily abused. And in the later versions, as it's been updated, the mod author has fixed the bug, but left it in there. Or he can fix the bug, or they can fix the bug, but they left it in there because it's become such a core integral portion of Snad. So what I have here is a redstone clock from Cyclic. Not terribly too difficult to craft one of these guys. It's just a redstone repeater, redstone dust, and iron nuggets, and a repeater is just stone and redstone torches, which is just redstone and sticks. So super easy to craft. I currently have it set to a duration of 1, a delay of 1, and a power of 15. So that means every tick, it's going to pulse for a tick, and I have it requiring redstone to operate. So if we take a look at this, our sugarcane is not growing. I pulse this, and it should grow and then grow. It's very quick on its growth. Not the fastest thing in the world, but way faster than it is by default. So my theory here is if I take the block breaker and I allow this to sit here, requires redstone always on, so it should just be always on. If I do this and allow it to grow, as soon as it grows, the sugarcane is going to get spit out into the world, which is great. And we can go ahead and we'll grab a lever for this guy too. Now, actually, that's just growing very fast without even the redstone pulse. This guy's turned off. Now he's turned on. Does it even need the redstone pulse? Because it's just constantly going here. All right, let's go ahead and require redstone on you. I mean, yeah, the redstone pulse did make it grow faster because it hit that second level much quicker, but honestly, it looks like the redstone repeater or the clock is not even necessarily needed for this whole setup. But anyway, each sugarcane that we get is going to give us 32 EMC. Okay, 32 EMC. Not a lot, but it is something that we're able to use. However, we're not going to just use the sugarcane to get us 32 EMC, I don't think. What I would like to do with it is convert it over into something like ender pearls. So we can require redstone. We can go ahead and leave these off for the time being, because we need to pick up the stuff that is coming out, the sugarcane that is being produced. And we need to be able to capture it and put it into a inventory. So that is where a thermal vacuumulator is going to come into play, I hope. I've actually never really used the vacuumulator. I don't know why I said it that way. The vacuumulator. So I don't know how well exactly this thing works, but we'll go ahead and see. What are we looking at? Yeah, basically, that's where we're at. What are we looking at? So I have just enough iron ingots for that, but I'm going to need more iron for this. So let's grab some iron. We'll grab a whole stack, and then I'll split it and shove the rest back in, and we'll go ahead and smelt that up. So we can go ahead and we can make our hopper and teach the system the hopper. Bam, pull that back out. We're going to need to get ourselves some tin. So I need to teach the system or pull out some tin. I know I need at least 4. So let's prioritize the tin over the iron. And we can go ahead and put that in there. Get us more iron. The one that we need, at least, for this. So that's tin ingot. Good. We're going to need some glass. Taught the system glass already. So that's good. And then we're going to need this redstone servo, which is redstone. And then our iron. I think it's 2 redstone, right, for this thing. And then iron. So we can go ahead and grab this. We can go ahead and... Oh, we need an ender pearl and then the other 4 tin. And then an ender pearl. Ender pearls are 1,000 EMC, by the way. So we just need the tin. Bam. And then the vacuumulator should be craftable. Cool. So now we have a vacuumulator. Do you require power? You do not either. You can be upgraded as well once we get to that point. Now, my question is, what is the range on the vacuumulator? That is the only unknown that I have for this guy. I don't know exactly how well it's ranged. Picks up things from the nearby area. Filter configuration will apply to this behavior. Keep those floors clean. So if I go ahead and I say, hey, I want you to pick up sugarcane, I can't do anything. I believe from thermal, there is a filter. Yeah, and I'm going to have to actually make the item filter, which is signalum. Are you kidding, buddy? Well, we'll just let it pick up anything that ends up in the area. I'll add it to the to-do list, but I'm not going to concern myself with it. So if I throw sugarcane out, are you going to vacuum it? Yes. Okay. So it vacuums up the sugarcane. So if I kick both of these things on, it should vacuum up the sugarcane. As soon as it spawns out in the world, it should be sucking up the sugarcane. Perfect. That's what we want to see. So we can let this run and operate. Now that is kind of annoying, the sound. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set an anchor point here. And I'm going to go ahead and call this our sugar EMC. And a radius of 32 is fine. We're going to go ahead and say... block. What is that sound? I need recent sounds. Break. Is sugarcane it's a Minecraft sound for sure. Grass break? There we go. Okay, cool. Grass break within the 32 range. I don't need it to be a 32 range. We can just we can set this to like an 8 block range. That way, at least when we're over here, we don't have to sit here and hear this do the thing. We'll yeet those out so that they get sucked up. And there we go. So now we don't have to worry about hearing it, but it's producing the sugarcane. Now what we need to do is get ourselves a condenser from ProjectE. With the condenser, we'll be able to utilize this to create the ender pearls. Now, the question becomes, is it necessary to do so, to go straight from here to ender pearls? I don't quite know. And the other question is, I guess it's more efficient in the long run for me to be able to shove ender pearls into there, or even diamonds if I so chose. If we have 8,192 of these, I'm going to do some quick math, or 8,192 EMC. I divide that by the 32. That tells me I need 256 sugarcane. So I need 4 stacks of sugarcane to equal 1 diamond. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I could even just shove the straight sugarcane into the system. It just means I have to maintain it more often. The question is, can I, if I transmutation table, you're made with a philosopher's stone and then any kind of stone. Can I pipe into this? Can I have items go directly into the transmutation table? That's the question. And I don't quite know the answer to that. I know I'm going to need a philosopher's stone, so we might as well go ahead and bookmark that. And I know do I have obsidian yet? I do have obsidian. So I have some obsidian. Let's go ahead and make another table and see what happens. Glowstone, redstone, diamond. That is going to use quite a bit of my EMC, but... So glowstone, redstone, diamond. And we're going to have to find out, can we pipe into this? So philosopher's stone, we're going to need another one of these. So I'll grab one and then I might as well grab another one. It's good for us to have. But from there, we can go ahead. That's a mistake. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of recipes for that. We can go ahead and make a transmutation table. I just need some stone. And I don't know. We'll find out. Can we just pipe the sugarcane straight into this? That's where my goal is here. Because if that's the case, then I don't need to worry about converting it over to anything else with an energy condenser. I can just literally let it go straight into there, and it'll be just passive 32 EMC every so once in a while for us, but it'll work. Okay, so now we know how to make a transmutation table in the future. Oh, and it didn't use the philosopher's stone. That's kind of nice. Okay, so a transmutation table. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to want to grab some pipes. We're going to want from the pipes mod, we're going to want a pipe wrench so we can configure it, and we're going to want an item pipe or a set of item pipes. So that's going to require 6 iron, 2 droppers, and redstone. So we know we have this. We need 2 droppers, and then I need 6 iron, which I have over here. And we can go ahead and do this. We're also going to need the pipe wrench, which is iron rod. Really? That's the only way for me to get that? Sticks. Sticks work. Okay. Jeez Louise. That was like, what? 2 sticks. 2 flint. Okay. And then with that, we can go ahead and create ourselves a pipe wrench. Cool. So let's see if this works, because honestly, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see when I do that, by the way. You know, Windows 11 has the double tap control to find your mouse. And I talk about it all the time, how I need to disable it, and I never do. Okay, so currently we have 3 stacks in there right now. But what I would like to do is see, can we pipe that out into a transmutation table? I don't know. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to set this up, our item pipe, and we're going to go ahead and set it to extract mode. And what I would like to do is just put my transmutation table there. No, it does not link up. That answers my question. I cannot pipe straight into here. Is there anything I can do to get it into the internal EMC buffer? Or do I just need to go pick it up? Just trying to see, is there anything? I don't really see anything. I mean, honestly, I don't know what I would be looking for, to be honest with you. But I don't see anything that allows me. The energy collector, that just is going to put it into like a Klein star. Alchemical chest, that's just a chest. Transmutation table. Infinite stake, that's kind of cool. Infinite food via EMC. Oh, I need a transmutation tablet for that, but that's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing any I don't see any way for us to be able to put EMCable or just like directly put EMC into our transmutation table. So if anybody knows, again, I'm not the biggest proponent, or not proponent. I'm not the biggest ProjectE guy. I don't know 100% how it works. So I don't know. Maybe that's something that I can't do as of yet because it's too far down the road. Automated resource. Yeah. Mining, Mekanism, quarry. Magic that's just our magic mods and everything. ProjectE. We can get experience with it. Great. Transforms raw materials into valuable EMC with this ingenious device. But then you use the energy condenser to combine items to put stuff back into. Does the energy condenser use this EMC? Do I need to put it in there? I don't think so. Like the energy condenser, but better. EMC link. Establish an intricate network of EMC connectivity with Project Expansion's EMC link, facilitating seamless transfer and utilization of EMC across various devices and systems. That would require 2 transmutation tablets. So I can't do this until I can get to dark matter. And I can't get dark matter until I get a whole bunch of coal. I mean, technically we could get into this because I have coal. And I just need... It would require a bunch of Eternalist fuel. Granted, Eternalist fuel is EMCable. So maybe I'll just let this run for a little bit, and then we can see, is the EMC link the thing that I'm looking for? Dark matter is also EMCable. I just need a lot of it. Okay. Maybe can be used to import EMC in items and export items in fluid. Item import limit 1 per second. Wow, 1 per second. Fluid export 1 millibucket per second, or 1 bucket per second. EMC limit 16 a second. See more. Well, I got to go look at that wiki page then, apparently. Okay, so I think maybe this is the thing that I want. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Let me know in the comments. If you know exactly what it is that I'm looking for, please let me know. Otherwise, though, as it stands for now, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and leave this transmutation tablet here. And I'll just go ahead and manually take this and then shove the sugarcane into the system. Again, it's not going to be the fastest setup in the world or fastest production, but it works. And it works fairly decently. So I can let this AFK, and it's automated EMC. It's something that we don't have to sit there and manage. But yeah, anyway, okay. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Let me know in the comments how that works. In between episodes, I'm going to continue to let that run. I'm probably going to go down into my mine and get some more stuff. By the way, I set up a waystone. Again, I did it. I set up a waystone to the waystone that was over here in this area. So if we come out here, this is our home waystone. We can go ahead and move that up. I set mine entrance. This is where the waystone in this village was located. I think this is where I'm just going to dig down for an actual mine down into, bedrock level and everything like that. So I'll probably work on that because the fact that we have waystones available to us means that we can just literally dig straight down. I would like to get my slime going, but that's going to be super easy, actually. If I take a look at my slime ball, I can craft a slime ball using lime dye and dough. And create dough is in here, but I'd have to get into create. But I can also utilize wheat dough, which is wheat and a water bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and make slime and make my slime boots. The reason I want these, no fall damage. So that's great. Anyway, so that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.